Page 17. Was it 16?
It's a different book for you guys. Follow along, Ashley.
No, it's actually page 18.
Miss Cardona.
He said, look.
What Romeo said?
Yeah.
He's too busy. That's on a character trait. A hard working.
Okay, good.
When he says, I'm sorry.
I like that you made that connection, Tariq. Let's hear the
He
evidence.
had papers spread all around him, and he was. Oh, I forgot. Oh, no. I forgot it. No, that was the dog.
No, that was the preacher. He had papers all around him.
He had papers all around him, and he was rubbing his nose, which means he's thinking hard.
Yeah, that's a preacher. So he always seems to be working, right? And even when Opal came up to him and was like, "Daddy," he would just, what did he say? Yeah.
He was like he didn't care.
Exactly. He didn't say, "Oh, what is it, Opal?" He just did,
Like we were working like this, and you were just talking to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And when somebody just doesn't even look at you, well, that makes you feel. How does that make you feel?
Sad. Yeah.
So if I'm working
That
like
means
this,
they're annoying you.
Ramir, say my name.
Miss Cardona.
And I keep working, and then you call me again, and I don't even look at you. How does that make you feel?
Upset.
Yeah, because I'm not what? I'm not paying attention. Yeah.
Especially if you're having a really hard time with something.
Yeah. Okay, so let's continue reading. Okay, Ashley?
What a page what?
Yes, where it says Daddy. Daddy, I was wondering, everybody there?
Yes.
You sure, Tyreek?
Yeah.
Okay. Daddy, I was wondering, could this less fortunate, could he stay with us for a while? Finally, the preacher looked up at me. Opal, he said. Yes. What are you talking about? I found a dog, I told him, and I want to keep him. No dogs, the preacher said. We've talked about this before. You don't need a dog. I know it, I said. I know I don't need a dog, but this dog needs me. Look, I said. I went to the trailer door and I hollered, Winn-Dixie! Winn-Dixie's ears shot up in the air and he grinned and sneezed, and then he came limping up the steps and into the trailer and put his head right in the preacher's lap. Right on top of a pile of papers. The preacher looked at Winn-Dixie. He looked at his ribs and his matted up fur and the places where he was bald. The preacher's nose wrinkled up. Like I said, the dog smelled pretty bad. Winn-Dixie looked up at the preacher. He pulled back his lips and showed the preacher all of his crooked yellow teeth and wagged his tail and knocked some of the preacher's papers off the table. Then he sneezed and some more papers fluttered to the floor. What did you call this dog? The preacher asked. Winn-Dixie, I whispered. I was afraid to say anything too loud. I could see that Winn-Dixie was having a good effect on the preacher. He was making him poke his head out of his shell. Well, said the preacher, he's a stray if I've ever seen one. He put his pencil and scratched Winn-Dixie behind the ears. And a less fortunate too, that's for sure. Are you looking for a home? The preacher asked, real soft to Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie wagged his tail. Well, the preacher said, I guess you found one. So I see you smiling, Noah. Why are you smiling?
Because it makes me feel happy that Winn-Dixie actually gets to live in a more better home.
Yeah.
In a shelter.
In a shelter? Is that where she's gonna live?
No, she's gonna live in a house with people and stuff. Not outside.
Yeah, oh, you mean so she's gonna have shelter?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I mean, I keep calling Winn-Dixie a she, but it's a he.
It sounds like
I know. So let's think about what we just read. Let's think about the preacher and Opal. And let's look at our, actually let's answer some questions first. So, why do you think, after reading chapter 2, why do you think that Opal calls her father the preacher? let's think about that for a second. And I want you to have evidence as to why. Why do you think Opal calls her father the preacher? Ashley?
Opal called her father the preacher because his father preached. And the text here says, oh, it's right here. It says, open arms. Wait. I forgot.
I think I know where you are, Ashley.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. You can highlight in different colors.
It says, wait, I forgot it. Oh, it says, my dad is a good preacher and a nice man, but sometimes it's hard for me to think about him as a daddy because he spends so much time preaching or thinking about preaching or getting ready to preach.
Yeah, and right there it says, and so in my mind, I think of him as the preacher. So, what do you think about that? From here?
I think that she calls him the preacher because he has no time to spend with her. He only has time to write like stuff for church and stuff. So she calls him the preacher. She doesn't call him dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
So she kind of feels disconnected to calling him daddy, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean when I say disconnected?
She doesn't have time to spend with him.
Okay, good. Tyreek, what did you want to add?
I want to add to Ramir.
Okay.
That when Ramir said that, he said she doesn't. What did she say in the beginning?
Oh, I said she didn't have time to spend with her father.
Yeah, she didn't have time to spend with her father, so she called him the preacher, and then Ramirez was saying that he really didn't have time to spend with Opal, so he had to write preachers on papers for he can get ready to preach, and for he won't I don't know the word for it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Noe?
I think Opal calls his dad the preacher because his dad never has time to do anything with Opal. He only likes to do work about preaching.
Yeah. I mean, do you think the preacher is a good man or a bad man?
I think he's a good man.
Yeah. Why?
Because even though he takes care of his daughter, he doesn't spend time with her, but he needs a job to get money and stuff to buy her food and stuff.
Yeah, and he said, what happened at the end of chapter 2? Was he nice or mean?
Yes, he was nice.
Wait. He was nice because she let Opal have the dog in the house.
Good.
What time is it, Romeo? 10:12.
Okay. So we're not going to be done at 10:15, but I just want to know when 10:15 is. So let's look at a worksheet. What do we need to do here? Let's look at the questions at the very top. So follow along. Why did Opal think Winn-Dixie should come to live with them? Why did the preacher think Winn-Dixie should live with them?
I think the dad and Winn-Dixie I think the dad let Winn-Dixie have it because the dad has no time to spend with her. So when Winn-Dixie found the dog, the dad makes the grip.
Wait, when Dixie found the dog?
I mean, when Opal found the dog.
Okay, so when we're that's a good start. I like that. So when we're thinking about why did Opal think Winn-Dixie should come live with them, we need to think about what happened in the text. So we need to find what?
Evidence.
Yeah, we gotta find evidence. And we have to think just like Opal would. So let's get inside Opal's head. Why do you think that Opal thinks Winn-Dixie should come live with them? So remember, you're talking from Opal's point of view, right? Tyreek?
For Winn-Dixie can have a home to live in, and for Opal can have somebody to play with while the preacher preach, and for she can have something to do.
Yeah, good. And what is the evidence that you can find? What does Opal say that makes you think, oh, that's exactly why she would want to keep Winn-Dixie? Know it?
Because when they were in the store, she looked at her eye and showed all of his teeth, and Opal thought that that the dog was friendly to her.
Yeah, and she says that she fell in love with Winn-Dixie right away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the quote right here.
Oh.
It says, I love this dog and I need someone to notice me who isn't too distracted with sermons and prayers to pay attention to me. I want this dog to live with me. So let's look. Can I see your book real quick? It says page 14. So that's back.
My pencil fell.
14. I found it.
Yeah, page 14. So where to say I love this dog?
He smiles at me. He thinks what?
Wait, I got it. Okay.